butterflies are very, very quiet. So quietly flap your wings and watch my nose as I tell you what's happening. So I'm going to tell you a really quick story about where you are right now. You are monarch butterflies that are getting ready to migrate, okay? And in order to migrate, you have to have that special kind of food that's called
Milkweed.
milkweed, exactly. So does everyone see these dots on the floor? Yeah. Those little dots are milkweed, okay? And every one of you, not yet though, because it's not time to migrate, you're still hanging out. You're still hanging out in your warm spot. So every one of you is going to need to have a milkweed, okay? But here's the thing. This first group right here, see this first group of dots? That's where you're going to go first, all right? And then whenever I say go, it'll be time to migrate to the middle part. And that middle part is called your stopover habitat. What's it called?
Stopover habitat.
Exactly. And your stopover habitat is a place where you take a break mid-migration. Okay? That's where you take your break. And then when I say go again, you're going to migrate to that far end, which is your nesting habitat, right? So that's where it's really warm. That's when you go get all the way down from the north, which is where you're starting right here. This is your north, where you spend the summertime. And you get all the way down, Eagle Explorers, zoom in. You get all the way down to your winter habitat, which is called your nesting habitat, okay? Thumbs up if you got it. All right, but you have to pay really close attention. Don't go to your milkweed yet. You have to pay really close attention because the habitat can change, right? Yeah. So remember how we learned about Eagle Explorers? Everybody take 3 steps this way. 3 steps this way. 2, 3. Okay, great. So remember how we talked about there's some things that make monarchs in trouble? Like cutting down the forest or getting rid of their milkweed. Right, so you got to pay really close attention because sometimes those things happen and we'll have to take away some of the milkweed spots, okay?
Why don't we take it away?
If you'll see what happens whenever we take it away.
Miss
Okay?
Elise, how many people can be on one spot?
1 person per spot.
Oh, okay.
It was, the numbers were, did you do them for?
It's a 2 or 3 per kid.
Okay, great. I thought you did it per one, and then doing it per one.
Do you want me to get more then?
It's okay.
I got plenty.
So,
I
we
got
can
the
do,
bucket right there.
we'll just do it like this. This is great. It's
Okay.
actually perfect. So there can be 2 up to 3 people per spot, okay? There can be how many per spot? 3. There can be how many?
2.
There can be 3 people per spot. How many?
3.
Can there be 4?
No.
Okay. So how do you know when you're on the spot? You're gonna fly with your wings. You're just gonna glide. You're not gonna run. Okay? You're gonna glide quickly, kind of like a fast walk, and you're gonna put 1 foot onto the milkweed, and that's how we know that you're on it. All right? Okay. So let's see how this works. Everybody, take some steps back. Everyone should be behind my arms. Okay? All right. So when I say migrate, you're gonna go into your first area. Okay? And you can migrate 1 foot per dot. Perfect. Okay. So did everybody get a spot this time? Okay, good. So everyone should have a spot this time. But here's the thing. You're in your summer habitat up north. And it's starting to get a little bit colder, so you're going to have to start migrating. But, remember we don't go until we say migrate. But, something happened, and they had to build a mall. And so, 1 milkweed habitat got taken away. So let's see what happens when we migrate. You can migrate. Jump right in. So, Eagle Explorers, I have a question for you. Who had to share a spot with 3 people on their milkweed? Who had 3 people on their milkweed? Did any of you feel a little bit more crowded than you did last time? No. Raise your hand if you had to share with more people this time than last time. Yeah, okay. So when we take away habitat, then we have to share more, right? So that means there's not as much food for 1 monarch because there's not as much to go around. habitat right now, and we're on our way to Mexico. We're almost there. We're going to go to our final winter habitat where we're going to rest, okay? But a big storm came through, a big hurricane, and it knocked over a bunch of habitat. It knocked over 3 whole trees. So now that we have less habitat to work with in Mexico, let's see what happens when we migrate. You guys are looking pretty crowded. If you don't find a spot, it's okay. Did anyone not find a spot this time? Okay, so we're really crowded for those of you that have a spot, right? You're pretty squished together. That's not very much room. And we lost one of our friends. No! We lost one of our friends because why? Because the hurricane, and then there's less what? There's less habitat. Very good. So we'll talk about it in a little while, and we'll get your questions and stuff at the end. But now we're going to see what happens next. But first, you might get a chance to come back in the gate. We'll see what happens with our habitat. So whenever bad stuff happens, right, sometimes humans can do good things, right? We can plant extra trees or plant more milkweed, which makes more habitat for butterflies, right? Yeah, exactly. So there were some good humans who remembered about the hurricane, and they decided it would be a great idea to plant some milkweed for those butterflies. And so they made a little bit of habitat in their stopover area. So now let's see what happens when we migrate. All right, does everybody have a place? Who has, raise your hand if you have more room now than you did in Mexico. That's awesome. So, Eagle Explorer Zoom in, we even have one butterfly that has a whole habit to himself. And we have some other butterflies that have a whole habitat to themselves. So, there's a lot more space for monarchs here, right? And so, on their way back up to the north where they came from, monarchs are starting to have babies as they go up, right? And so since there's more room, our good friend comes back as another butterfly. And since there's so much space, he finds somebody to share a milkweed with. So he's a little baby caterpillar munching on milkweed. And pretty soon it's time for him to join his friends as they migrate. Okay, so I got a couple of questions to ask you guys, but I can't do it until you're all zoomed in. Look at my nose. Wow. So, can someone raise their hand and tell me what happens when we lose habitat?
For butterflies, they lose food when they destructing stuff. So that can teach people a lesson not to break so much property down, because trees, they help people breathe. They clean out the air. So if you take too much trees down, that means you can't breathe as much, just like the butterflies with the food.
Exactly. So humans need trees, and butterflies need trees, and they need habitat, not only for when they're in Mexico, resting in the trees. Everybody's got to eat. And butterflies, monarch butterflies, have to eat milkweed. So we talked a little bit about something. Something happened over on our stopover habitat when some people realized that monarchs were in trouble and needed our help. And who can raise their hand and tell me what they did to help? What did they do?
They planted more milkweed.
Exactly, they planted more milkweed. And when there was more milkweed, butterflies, what did you guys get to have?
More
More food and more space, right? There was more to go around. So, boys in the back, do you guys think that humans can help monarchs?
Yeah.
You guys, because we can plant milkweed, right? We can not cut down as many trees, or maybe make sure that there are enough trees in the forest. If we have to cut down one, we plant another one. That way that those monarchs have some place to stay when they migrate, okay? And you guys can do those awesome things too. So as we go back inside, you can follow me. We're not butterflies anymore. We're humans again, but that's okay.
Aww.